Temple, thank you. A bit of a wrap-up of the market there. The treasury market, as you put it, is where investors were. But just before that, a minute, if you piggyback into the unlisted securities market, very surprising how the equities market took a bit of a backseat while the NESD unlisted securities took a bit of a front to start a new month with more than 1 million transactions. This is one very small market. But again, it looks like these unlisted securities seem to be sometimes getting the attention of investors who may feel, well, I think I have a space here, and things keep moving. Very small but little progress that the NESD is making.
Absolutely, Bosun. You're seeing some of the securities tradable on that counter now experiencing some kind of takeover investment sentiment, as you explained earlier. One of them, as I mentioned earlier, is Insurance PLC, which is now going to be mandatorily taken over by Alliance SE. Now, the investment, as we speak, we know that Insurance PLC is already on technical suspension, which is what the management placed it on, so that this period we can see that acquisition smoothly carried out as it relates to corporate governance. Now, there's another company there, I really can't place the name now, that is also tradable on the NASD OTC. Investors have beginning to take interest in that. It is in the ICT sector, and this is something that you can basically translate as some diversification, as we're beginning to see more of political tension. So you want to move out of the equity market, since you've seen less of foreign investors in the equity market, moving to the debt market. The USI of the NASD OTC, which represents the unlisted securities market now, is another area to actually test. You got the CSCS there investing massively in technology, in fintech. So for these reasons, these companies need money, and so you want to quickly test the water there, look at the possibility of making some profit as time goes on. Then again, investors are also buying in anticipation of the Q3 reports that will be coming in.
To balance your portfolio, as always, you know what to do. You try not to put all your eggs in one basket.
Absolutely.
Of course, there are many other baskets. Simple. That's the home of capitalism. That's what you call the stock market. That is what it is called everywhere in the world. So, bring us up to speed. I like the second day reading. Whatever is happening to the bearish sentiment, some folks say, if you are quote unquote discerning investors, you know how to do bargain hunting. So let's hunt for some stocks. Where is your gun? Let's go.
So as we speak, it's the same trend we've been seeing in recent times. You start good for the morning, and before you know it, some brokers just come in and just erode those gains away. Right now, what we're having, we're seeing gains across board. The banking sector is doing positively. You're having the consumer goods sector waking up right as well. For example, you have Dangote sugar stocks now doing some 35 basis points movement in its share price. FCMB is also rising. You got Nestle regaining the losses of 1 basis point it had yesterday. As we speak, it's already up 1% in the market. Keverton is also one of the stocks I suddenly found on the gainers list. I don't know why. That's something we need to find out before we cross back to viewers in the afternoon to give you updates. Business Incorporated, our sister show. Cadbury also from the consumer goods sector is one of the stocks doing well. In the consumer goods sector, one of the major results that trickled in on Friday was that of PZ Cussons. PZ came in with a loss of 204 million naira. Now that's something that is getting investors to give some cold shoulder to that particular stock as we speak. But it is something that we'll continue to watch because, again, we've been seeing it's like the third quarter of losses on that particular company, and that is some reason why investors are going to be keeping their fingers crossed to wait and see what exactly will be happening. Yes, we know that PZ had given a bit of guidance earlier, talking about losses that may set in as a result of the political uncertainties that we're having in the market, Bosun.
Yes, but again, tempo politics is king right now. Look at all the front pages. Look at our news network. It's all about politics, who is doing primaries, who is not doing primaries, who is losing, and who is gaining. And even at the political front, you have gainers and losers.
Oh yeah, it's also one of the reasons why the market is down. Two-pronged approach to that, because one, you have a lot of the politicians who had also invested in stocks. Now, given this whole sell order to their brokers, to their traders, sell this stock for me, sell this down for me. I don't care if I've made money on it or not. I'm not a speculative investor when it comes to investment now. Instead, I am more speculative on my political ambition. Sell down for me. Those are sort of domestic investors that will be selling down some of their shares. I'm not too sure if we have a good number of politicians with investment in the market, or so to speak. That's on one hand. You also have the foreign investors, taking flights, moving out of the market because the policy is a bit tense, as we speak. You're not too sure who's going to win. You're not too sure who's going to lose. You're not too sure who you're even meant to even support, if at all you want to support. You have some politicians who are also interested in some companies by way of having stake in that. They have to, because of the influence that they have in such companies, this now connects with corporate governance. You have to quickly edge out as a foreign investor. It's one of the reasons why we're seeing the level of sentiment in the market. And when you edge out like this, you go to the debt market and go with your speculative investment idea, where you can then wait and see on the short end of the curve. Bosun.
Tempo, thank you very much. Let's whatever you're doing on the political street and the market street, whoever be a gainer and always a loser. Let's leave it there for today. I'll see you again tomorrow. Have a great day, everyone.